Jamie, second game at home, another defeat unfortunately. It was a pretty tight game for most of it and really not many chances either, and
No.
Waltham Abbey have taken theirs. You've had the boys out on the pitch for a good 10 minutes or so. What did you say to them out there?
Just had a deep discussion about us as a team, what we are and what we want. Certain things that I think we probably need to walk through a lot more. So we had a real sort of discussion, and I asked their opinion on things, and they gave me a few answers, and I said, okay, if we're going to now treat you as like, not novices, but if we have a style of play and we want to play it, then if we need to walk through it, and I need to put you in places of when someone's on the ball, what sort of options he should have and where people should be, then we'll do it. Because I think we've done it at times and it becomes boring. I mean, I've been in sessions before throughout my career where it is boring, but I think we're at a stage at the moment where whatever formation we play, we need to understand where people should be when people are on the ball and options they should have. And I think at the moment we're a team that's not thinking 2-3 steps ahead. We're very much a one-step team where we give it to someone, that person then doesn't know his next option. The person who's giving him it isn't then helping him in that. So for me, whatever formation you play and the positions you play, anytime someone's on the ball, there should be 2, 3, 4 options. And I think we've got to a point where we're sort of stuttering and playing sort of without a plan, and with players not understanding a plan of where things should be and where runs should be and stuff like that. So we had a discussion about that, and it feels that at the moment that's how we're playing, and we then give the ball away and then work hard to get it back, and then we're not understanding where we should be in the sort of patterns of play we should be playing. So we had a big discussion about we're going to start to walk through stuff, and it's not going to be nice, it's going to be boring, you're going to get cold, but I feel now we're at a stage where I need to now put that across to people, so there's no excuses. People then understand whatever position they're playing when the ball is in certain areas where they should be, because I just feel we're playing a bit blind, a bit one step, I'll give it to you and then I'll see what you do, and we're waiting for someone to sort of do something. I think early on in the season we were playing really good football and understood patterns and whatnot, and we seem to have sort of fallen away from it. It's hard because I think every week is a different 11, a different team, so people are changing positions, then there's someone new in a position, so it's getting quite difficult in that. So I'll give them maybe that to a point, but whatever position people should play, they should understand their role in the team, and should understand the job they need to do with and without the ball. And I think we've sort of come away from that. You know, we go and beat Whittam, who was second, comfortably, play good football, score good goals, and then we have 4 players not here through holidays and whatever else, which is very frustrating. Then we pick a different team for Tilbury. Then another 2 aren't here for the game tonight. It's another different team. I mean, my squad changes from week to week. You know, I don't think we've had a settled squad, which is frustrating. You know, you beat a second place team in the league, you expect to go, right, Tilbury at home, I can pick the same 11. 4 players are out. So it becomes frustrating. You know, we've lost, obviously Phelpsy played, he then is away. I get it a bit because this game was rescheduled, he'd booked something before it. So you get him for 1 game, then he's out. So yeah, we're constantly rotating and changing stuff. But yeah, we had a deep and meaningful chat because I just feel we're a better team than what we're showing. And we've proved that in spells. And it just seems since we've had the early stage where we've done really well and then have had a sort of injury crisis and suspension crisis, we haven't got back to it. And we've won the odd game here or there, but there seems to be more of this sort of type of performance. And we've ended up playing 2 games at home, losing by 1 goal in both, and probably should have got away with one point or a win on Saturday and maybe a point today. So we should be 3, maybe 4 points or even 2 points, a draw in each. We don't seem to be picking up those points when we're not at our best. It's another late goal. We lost to a late goal on Saturday and it's been the story of our season. So something must be within that as well, whether that's us not controlling the game late on in games and being on the ball. The game seems to be still spread and open, and we still seem to be defending a lot rather than going, okay, it's the last 5 minutes of the game, it's 0-0 or 1-1. It's not the end of the world to take a draw, but we tend to suddenly give oppositions a chance, and we don't seem to get that. So it's something, again, we need to work on.
Yeah, I think definitely Waltham Abbey came out in the second half and they were passing the ball around well. Had a lot of the ball, but it felt like a few of us felt like there may have been a foul in the build-up on Greeny for their goal. You were probably closer to that than us. Did it look like another one of those that could have gone either way?
Yeah, I think so, and it seems at the moment it doesn't go our way. You know, I don't know, I thought it was. What it then does is open the pitch up. I think Jaden come out, which then I think allowed it. Jean obviously saves it, drops down the centre forward, just walks it in the net. So again, it's a decision where you're looking, going, you know, nothing seems to be like give a foul and it's our way. It always seems to be, could be a foul and we end up getting punished for it. But no, they're a good team. We knew what they were about when we played them away. They passed the ball very well, but again, I think they've had one shot which has gone over the bar, and that's it. And then they've had a tapping. And the rest, I think Jean was quite comfortable. First half, exactly the same. So the possession base that they had didn't really threaten our goal. So you sort of go, okay, we're not at our best. We haven't created a lot. We're not in the second half didn't create a lot. So you go, okay, you know, the game seems to be petering out. 0-0 probably. You look at it, and in the end, we end up falling foul to it. Same on Saturday. You know, once it's 1-1, see the game out, and then all of a sudden it's an 89th minute winner. So it's too often, it's happened in the season, way too often, that we've conceded goals in the last 10 minutes and we've conceded goals after the 90th minute. And that has to be a mentality of how we are mentally and also how we are on the ball, whether we just keep the ball, and we don't seem to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there an argument that we're allowing teams to have the ball too much, and ultimately then you're defending for a long periods of time, and it's going to, at some point someone's going to score? Is that where we?
I think so, yeah, because I thought first half in this game, I thought we put pressure on them, and we created sort of half chances from it, and they were giving the ball away. Goalies clearing one off the line, there was a back pass, and then all of a sudden second half we allowed them a bit more time, which then if you give anyone time, they're going to be able to pick passes out. And it seemed that we allowed that, but then it seemed when we got the ball, we didn't take our time. We weren't patient. It was like, can we get forward quicker? Can we do it? So you end up giving him it back. So it felt like you're running around a lot more, and you're chasing the ball more, and you're defending more. But ultimately, when you win it, be better on the ball, and that's where we go back to having options, having decisions, and then keep it, and then tire them out, and they're chasing. But it seemed that we would win it, and we want to go and attack, and without any sort of direction, you give it back, you drop off, allow them to play, and then you're chasing the ball again. And that's sort of, I think, second half how it panned out. And again, it was like that, but that was without many opportunities. And then all of a sudden, one opportunity is in your net again.
And second half, you took off Shane Temple. Was that tactical, or was he got an injury at all?
No, just tactical, because I felt the three at the back, they were causing us a lot more problems in the three. So I just, at 0-0, thought to maybe go more solid as a 4. And it was more of just a tactical decision of who to play as a 1. And I think Richo probably gives you more physicality and more link play and wins a lot more flick-ons. So it wasn't anything against Shane. It was just with changing back to a 4 at the back. Obviously, we then only have 1 up front. So it was more just of that. And you're sort of then obviously always trying to think, how can we change the game? So yeah, it was just a formation change, and it was a flick of a coin, I suppose, between Richo or Shane, because one of them is not going to play wide, so you needed to sort of substitute one of them, and I just felt Richo would give us more of a physicality up there when we needed to go to him. So yeah, it could have been either one. It was nothing against Shane. You know, I didn't really want to do it because I like to have 2 up top, and I just felt that at the time how they were playing and how we were getting more run around, I felt, is 3 at the back. So it was more of just a change of tactics and change of formation. And yeah, just, I suppose, unfortunate that, like I say, it was Shane and it could have been Tom. It's just one of those, you have to make a decision, I suppose.
Good. So we travelled to Wroxham at the weekend. Will you have anybody back? Obviously, JT's still out.
JT's still out. Phelpsy will be back.
Phelps will be back.
And I think Smudger potentially. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He's on holiday at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure people are wondering why he's not been in the squad, but he was in the squad for Saturday, but he said he had tonsillitis, and he's now in Dubai.
Okay.
So.
Good. Well, yeah. Commiserations on tonight. Hopefully, we'll turn it around for Saturday.
Yes, hopefully so. An away game, you know, we've got a nice way to travel. But yeah, like I say, you know, it's easy for me to stand here and say I believe in the team and we're good enough. But I think people have seen that we are, and we've shown it. We just need to be more consistent within our good performances. We seem to go up and down quite a lot, and whether that is down to because of personnel. You know, like I say, we win a game, next week it's a different 11, and sometimes it's tough. So there's definitely a very good team within us, and I'm sure at some point when we get everyone together and we can keep them together for a long period of time, our results will pick up, and we'll start to put unbeaten runs together rather than a good win, beating the top side, then a loss, then a win, then a loss, a lot, and then we need to be consistent. And you know, the league will. I always look at and think if you can go on a 4, 5, 6, 7 unbeaten, all of a sudden the table changes so quickly because everyone beats each other, and it's ultimately the teams that be as consistent as possible that will be at the top. So we need to start putting a consistent run of games. I think if we can start to get going in December, we've got some decent games over Christmas at home and New Year. So for me, it's to try and get good performances in, get some wins in, and then hopefully we can have the Christmas period where we can get some good crowds through the door, and we can actually show them, you know, what the side is really about. Because most of the fans that have watched us throughout the season have seen us in spells and have like, okay. But I think that the crowds that have probably come the last 2 games who maybe haven't watched us over the season have seen bitty performances, bits and bobs of goodness, and probably haven't seen us at our best. So ultimately I want to get to a point where the crowd that starts to turn up here start to see the real sort of Cambridge City and can go, right, okay, we know now there is a decent side within it. And yeah, like I say, I'm confident we turn it round. We've been in a bad run before and turned it round, so I have no sort of qualms with that. But we need to, probably for me, the performances have probably been, especially tonight, not at where I want it to be, as in on the ball and decision making, and you know, we've seen a bit sort of rash, and like I say, we're playing 1 steps rather than 2 or 3 ahead, and I know we can look a good team. So you know, we'll reset. We'll have a very good session on Thursday. Probably be a lot of walking around and a lot of pointing of where people should be, and then we'll attack Saturday. Like I say, hopefully with a few more players back, and then we've got another home game on Tuesday against Brentwood. So yeah, they're coming thick and fast.
Yeah.
They're
not easy.
I think they've basically just held all the top teams to play us at home in as soon as we open the stadium. Cause
yeah, we said that earlier on. It feels like every time we play somebody, they're all of a sudden in the top 6.
Yeah, and I think especially the first 3 games that we would have had, it would have been Tilbury, Waltham, Abbey and Brentwood, who are all teams that are looking to get or in the playoffs or looking to get in it. So it's good for us. It's a good test, and we've got to play everyone. But yeah, listen, we'll keep going. I'll work as hard as I can to make sure that we get the best team out there and put in the best performances for everyone.
Good. Thanks for your time, Jamie,
No
and
problem.
best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much.